I wanted more control for myself of the work that I do and my future, and realized I'm making a pivot. So it was a great experience, but there was a pivot. So we have a lot of people nowadays making those pivots. Getting back to this, managing someone is much different than developing the person. So the manager will say, how do I get this person to perform today? Assigning work, monitoring progress, correcting mistakes, measuring productivity, enforcing standards. The developing of someone's progress, the person, how can I help this person become more capable tomorrow than they are today? Coaching rather than directing, providing learning opportunities, giving them meaningful feedback, assigning assignments, helping people reflect on their success and their failures. So the management response is, you missed the deadline. I need you to be more careful next time. Goal is to correct. Employee learns what went wrong. Do you see that with managers? Am I on the right track with that pretty much? Are we looking at that happening with managers requesting that? When you're developing someone, you missed a deadline. Let's talk about what happened. What did you learn? What did you do differently next time? What support would have helped you to succeed? The mistakes become part of the developmental progress. But the biggest question comes back to, Yeager's research talks about management cultures rely on compliance and hierarchy are producing disengagement, not performance. And if we look at schools, in schools, they're trying to motivate. They're trying to use a model that will motivate. In communities where there are systems built for compliance rather than connection, or failing the entire generation at a critical developmental window. What I'm noticing, though, in school, we're in the schools now, it's more of a mentor type-ish, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Let's have a growth mindset. Let's learn from this experience. You're not going to be perfect. And let's go over what you did wrong so we can train you and teach you. And almost that pat on the back. So I'm wondering whether or not young people are entering an environment where there's a management focus and things are changing rapidly because they're entering the environment more skilled and more aware with technology, with understanding more of what's going on in the world and what maybe the job might involve, not fully trained, but having more proficiency. And then they're being spoken to in a way, and then they're getting complained about because they are not resilient enough, or you can't raise your voice, or you can't make references to certain things, and they may be overreacting. That's my question. Do you see that? The management versus the mentor type of impact.
The misalignment.
Yes, the misalignment. Yeah.
The misalignment. In my opinion, some of it depends on how old a manager is and the kind of, there's I think a few things that come into play. A, the age of the manager. B, the sort of culture, and it comes back to the culture of the company.
Come back to the culture, yes. Good.
And then C, sort of what expectations are set up.